Hey everyone, welcome to today's video. Today is going to be a little bit different type of video. I'm going to be going into Walmart to be showing you all how to easily shop gluten-free. I'm going to show you some of the gluten-free items on the shelves and what to look for and what to avoid. So we're going to put our masks on and get started. So a rule of thumb to always follow when you're doing any kind of gluten-free shopping is to always read the ingredients label, check the ingredients for any kind of allergens, and also check the allergen list at the bottom of the ingredients label. That will be an easy way for you to find out if there is gluten in the product. Okay, so we've already gone through the produce section, and that is going to be just an easy area to go through and navigate if you're looking for gluten-free foods. You can always pick up some fruits and veggies, and those are going to be easy for you to pick up. So now we're in the frozen foods section where you're going to usually find your ice cream and your popsicles. So here we have the Outshine brand and the Yasso brand, and those are all naturally gluten-free. And you even have some that are no sugar added, and those are going to be like your ice creams and your popsicles at Walmart. So now we're in the meat section, and to look for gluten-free items, usually a beef item is going to be naturally gluten-free unless it happens to have some sort of seasoning or brine put on it, but usually you can pick up just a package of beef and it will be gluten-free. So as far as chicken goes, a great brand to look for is the Purdue brand, and what you'll want to look for on the label is where it says contains up to 6% retained water, and that is going to be a naturally gluten-free product because they have not added any kind of seasoning or brine to it. You can see on the chicken breast here it says contains up to 5% retained water, and that's what you'll want to look for. So when you're looking for a deli meat or a lunch meat to put in your sandwiches, a lot of times brands like Great Value will have a gluten-free option, something that's not going to have any wheat or starch added to it. Also, a great brand to look at is Oscar Mayer, where they will have the Natural brand, and that is also going to be gluten-free, and they haven't added any extra nitrates to it. So Oscar Mayer, I mentioned, is a really good brand to look for if you're looking for gluten-free. They also have gluten-free hot dogs. They have the Natural brand again, and they have the Angus beef in today. They will usually have a turkey as well, but those are going to be some great hot dogs to grab if you're looking for a quick gluten-free lunch. So now we are in the lactose-free milk section of the store. So you'll have brands like Rice Stream, Silk, Planet Oats. This is going to be your section where you're going to look for gluten-free milk alternatives if you're also doing dairy-free. Lots of the brands will also, because they're dairy-free, know that other people have allergens such as gluten. And so most of these products are going to be gluten-free, if not all of them. Specifically in our family, we like Rice Stream. That's not something I can have anymore because it does sometimes contain sunflower oil, so be aware of that if you're looking for a milk item and you happen to have a sunflower allergy. But this is going to be a pretty safe area for if you're looking for anything gluten-free. So a juice brand that we love in our family that is naturally gluten-free is the Simply brand. They are going to have great juices, lemonades, and all kinds of different options. They're delicious and they are naturally gluten-free. Another option that I personally love are more of the Simply products. They have like the blueberry lemonade, they have raspberry lemonade, and I also love Milo's sweet tea. They have sweetened, unsweetened, they have lemonade, they have all different kinds, but my personal favorite is the famous sweet tea, and that is going to be gluten-free as well. So a great juice brand to look for when you're searching for gluten-free is Ocean Spray. They are going to have lots and lots of options for any kind of juice that you can pretty much imagine. And they will have diet versions, they'll have the 100% juice, they'll have juice with sugar added to it. Whatever you're looking for, Ocean Spray will have an option between Ocean Spray, Mott's, and Welch's. You're going to have good options as far as gluten-free juices to get you going. So when you're looking for something to have a drink to relax at night, something that you'll want to avoid are things like beer. They do make some gluten-free beers now, but they're usually a specialty item. So if you are going gluten-free or you have celiac disease, pretty much avoid beer at all costs. Instead, you want to look for things like wine. Most wines are going to be naturally gluten-free. Also, some vodkas and rum are also gluten-free. So just make sure that you check the label on your alcoholic beverage before consuming it, or look online to research the item first before you purchase it. So now we're in the chip and snack aisle. So brands that you'll want to be looking for are brands like Lay's, Tostitos, and Fritos. Now you'll want to stay away from any of the chips that have flavoring added to them. Anything like Doritos or Cheetos that have that powder flavor added to them. But anything that has just the original flavoring to it, which is usually just plain, salt and oil, things like the original potato chips and the Tostitos original, those are going to be good options for you if you're going gluten-free. So when you're looking for your candy fix, mainly look for things that are either minty or fruity. Those are usually going to be really good gluten-free options for you. So things like Lifesavers, Jolly Ranchers, Gummy Bears, Starburst, Skittles. Those are going to be great ways to start off your gluten-free candy dish without getting any of that wheat allergy. So now we're in the cereal and granola bar aisle. So when you're looking for a snack bar, a great brand to look for at Walmart is the Lara Bar. That is going to be naturally gluten-free, dairy-free, and soy-free. And they're going to have a lot of good flavors there. As far as oats, you're going to want to look for Quaker Oats or the Bob's Red Mill brand. And so when you're looking for oats, like I said, Quaker is a great brand to look for, but you're going to want to double check that those oats are in fact gluten-free. And then when you're looking for cereals, a great brand to look for is the Cheerio brand. They have the regular Cheerios that are not gluten-free, but they do have gluten-free specific Cheerios. And we do have the Chex brand. Most of those cereals are going to be gluten-free. You have the rice Chex, honey nut, peanut butter, cinnamon, they have chocolate, they have corn, but then they also have the wheat Chex. So make sure that you're not getting that because that is obviously not gluten-free. So on to pancake mixes and maple syrup. As far as the maple syrup goes, you'll just want to go for anything that's 100% pure maple syrup, nothing that has any coloring or anything like that added to it, because caramel color can be gluten. It can be derived from wheat. So a brand to look for in any kind of all-purpose flour or baking mix is the King Arthur gluten-free brand. They have a great variety of baking mixes and muffin mixes and options that are specifically gluten-free. Now when you're looking for an oil, an olive oil is always a good option to go for. Like the Pompian brand is great. But usually you can get something like the Great Value brand that's a little less expensive and that's going to be also gluten-free. When you're looking for spices and flavorings and sugar to put into your baked goods or just your dinner, a couple of great brands are the Mrs. Dash. These are usually gluten-free. You'll want to double check the label, but these have some great options that are gluten-free, and the McCormick brand is almost always gluten-free as well. So when you're looking for sugar, it's pretty easy to not get gluten in your sugar except for powdered sugar. So a great brand to look for is the Wholesome brand. They have a powdered sugar that does not contain any kind of corn or wheat or rice starch that can be contaminated with gluten or wheat starch. So here is, in Walmart, the very tiny gluten-free dedicated section. This will have some good options like Bob's Red Mill brand. They have the Enjoy Life mini chocolate chips. Those are great. They will have also brands like Annie's, which are usually good kind of like mac and cheese options. And then they will also have some fig bars, and some cookies and some crackers. Of course, if you're looking for other allergens, you'll want to double check anything on the label here. But then we also have the Great Value brand pasta. Another pasta brand that also does gluten-free is the Barilla brand, or Berea. I'm not sure how you pronounce it. But either one of those two are going to have good options for you. And then as far as pasta sauces and pizza sauces, Prego is a great brand that is gluten-free. So check those out. And then as far as canned goods, if you're looking for canned beans, go with the Bush's brand. Bush's makes a lot of canned beans and options that are gluten-free. And then canned vegetables and fruits are really pretty easy. They're usually just fruits in their own natural juices or vegetables in water or salt. So those are usually pretty easy grabs for gluten-free. So when you're looking for rice, a great brand to look for is the Minute rice. That is a naturally gluten-free option. They have white rice and brown rice. Another brand to look for is the Mahatma brand. They'll have all different kinds of rices, and they'll have the big bags if you're looking for something that is not an instant rice, but that is also gluten-free. So we basically hit a pot of gold in the pasta and rice section. Is the Daiya mac and cheese. Daiya is a fantastic brand for anything and all things gluten-free and top 8 allergen-free. They are a fantastic brand, so definitely check out the Daiya products when you're in any store. So pickle brands that are great to look out for are Mount Olive and also the Vlasic brand. Those are two really good options when you're looking for gluten-free pickles. And then as far as condiments, Heinz brand is great for just your basic ketchup. French's is a good option for your gluten-free mustard. And as far as mayo goes, mayo I believe is naturally gluten-free, but it will have other allergens mixed in it if you are sensitive to other things as well. And then when it comes to barbecue sauces, dressings, anything like that, seriously, either just get the Daiya brand or make your own. Stay away from any of this stuff. Most of these things will have a lot of different allergens in them, like MSG, gluten, all kinds of soy and wheat products. So now we're in some of the frozen food section. So the fruits and vegetables are going to be really self-explanatory. Just read the label. So now we're in the frozen food sections of the meals. So we have some Daiya brand burritos. Also another good brand is Amy's, but watch out with Amy's because they will have other allergens in them. Then you'll have some other Amy's brand with just some frozen meals. And have some gluten-free breads in the frozen food section like Udi's and Canyon Bakehouse, Totino. And then the best part of one of the frozen food sections are the Daiya gluten-free pizzas. Those pizzas are delicious and they're super easy to just pop in the oven and you've got a great allergen-free dinner. So most people and most kids love chicken nuggets. So a great brand here is the Applegate brand, and also now the Tyson brand also makes gluten-free breaded chicken breast strips. And Applegate also makes other products like sausages and sausage patties that are naturally gluten-free. So now we're back in the produce section, and I wanted to do a quick point out of these juices. They have the Bolthouse Farms brand. Now some of these are not gluten-free, so make sure that you are reading the label, but the ones like the strawberry banana are gluten-free and they're delicious, and they're a great way to get some fruits and veggies into your diet. Alright, so that finishes out the video for today. I hope that that was somewhat helpful for you all when you are shopping in Walmart looking for gluten-free items. I know it was noisy in there. I'm sorry if you cannot hear me very well, but I'll try to edit it well enough so that you can hear me. If you have any questions about the brands that I mentioned, let me know. This video is not sponsored by any of the brands that I mentioned. Those are all just my opinions on which brands you should be looking for and just knowledge of gluten-free items. If you have any questions about the brands that I mentioned or any food items that I didn't talk about that you have questions about a good brand or ingredients to look for or to watch out for, let me know down in the comments below. If you'd like this video and you'd like to see me shop at more stores to help you all with your gluten-free shopping, let me know. Leave it down in the comments. Let me know what stores and what you'd like to see. And also don't forget to subscribe and like this video and ring the bell to notify you of any time I upload a brand new video onto my channel. Thanks so much for watching, guys.